Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Trenches, talking about NFL Week 5. This is episode 24, believe it or not. Back with the esteemed panel who's been here every week for the most part. And of course, your host, Big Mike. You got my man Jordan up top.
Yo.
Jeff.
Yo,
and Toby. So, Week 5 was an interesting week in football. But before we get to the games, what was your biggest takeaway, surprise, story? And the biggest story, of course, was the whole John Gruden situation. We touched on it in our chat, but if you got any more thoughts, Jordan, go right ahead.
I kind of wanted you to go, or you feel me, to go first. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you had different takes than me and Jeff. I feel like me and Jeff agreed a little bit too more.
Well, you know what?
I'll go first because you know what? I did some more research and I listened to some more things, and I kind of have an opinion that has transformed. Jeff. So I'm thinking about it now. Like, right, they was going through stuff about the Washington football team, and it came across Bruce Allen's emails that were linked to John Gruden, right? But I'm thinking, for one sidebar, Bruce Allen's brother is George Allen, who was the governor of Virginia. So let's make sure we hashtag that, right? So they having these type of conversations in the email. But then I started thinking about it more. I said, dang, like, of all these 3,000, what is it, 6,000 emails, 650,000?
655.
John Gruden is the only name y'all coming up with? Mm-hmm. Like, hold up. So let me find out. So I'm really starting to think somebody I think they might have wanted to get him out of this 10 for 100. And I mean, Mark Davis, he's a shady looking brother. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. I think he might have been hit. He might have been targeted, like, with this. Because, I mean, really think about it. Like, that's the biggest name that y'all come out of this with is John Gruden. Like, look, they said it was the owner of PDQs. He was in the email chain. Of course, it was Bruce Allen, who was, a former general manager. And then there was another owner of some sort of franchise. I don't have the name off the top, but I can get it. I'll revisit this later. And they were all among the email chain as well. And, no one's blown their name up as bad as John Gruden's name. So now I'm like, okay. Now, again, yeah, he was wrong. But, I mean, some people talk like this amongst the comfort of the people that they're around. And, at times, I just think it's selection. You can you can bash somebody without using specific words. Like, and when you start to use specific words, it transforms for me to some sort of a different form of harassment, where it could form into racism, and again, like I said, he could have said all the stuff he said, but just not in reference to ethnicity. Just he could have got his point across like a lot better way. So as far as the homosexuality and the other things, I mean, that's just bad. You can't do that. And you're not it's equality across the country, across the globe, across the world. And that's his views on some of that stuff. Some of the terms may have been misconstrued about how he was using it. I don't think some of them could have been in an attacking form, but some of them could have been misread and could have been interpreted as that same way. So with that, it's just something to look forward to. See what else comes out, or who else it comes out about.
Since you're a Raiders fan, how you feeling about from that standpoint, Jeff?
We can't tolerate that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we stand for. The organization, like, it's a championship organization that's been around as long as we can. We can't have someone representing us who even uses terms that could be misinterpreted as being a racial term representing our organization. In reality, like, I don't want to stand for something that, that doesn't mean it. If they don't stand for anything, then we can fall for anything. And like I said, I love the Raiders. I've been a Raiders fan since I first saw football on TV as far back as I remember. And we got to move on. I hope we can get some good candidates in there to fill position, because we still got some promise to the season, but we got to get the right guys.
All right, Toby, your thoughts or any other stories from this week? Your thoughts on the John Gruden story?
I guess the John Gruden story, I feel like he wasn't gonna get, like, initially I don't think he was gonna get fired. I didn't hear exactly what he said about, like, the exact comment, the racist comment. I didn't read all that. But then once it started coming out about the gay people,
right, it was over.
It was over. That subject is too touchy nowadays. It was over just like that. So I mean, John Gruden, a lot of people said he really wasn't a great person. You know, I don't know him personally. So you know, that wasn't, you know, that was a shocker because it happened so quick. Friday, Sunday, boom. You know, I mean Monday, and it was over. And I mean, there was good football. I just wrote down you said any surprises. I said the Chargers are real, the Cardinals are legit, the Bills are legit, and the Steelers, that was my upset. I mean, they're my team, but I didn't think they would just, you know, come out. Our defense is getting right again. And
I tried to tell Jordan about that. They get healthy.
He was clamping up. So, you know, it's good to see, you know, our defense stepping up, and Ben has some good passes. So,
hey,
you know,
I got to find the towel. Pull it back out now. I put it up for a week.
2-3.
You got it out the basement where his team is.
2-3, and you know he brings the towel back out.
I appreciate it. I respect the loyalty.
You know who else 2-3, right? All right.
It's cool. You know what I mean? All right. That's all right.
Exactly.
All right.
Old black up.
That's all right.
That's fire.
So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go because Jordan. I'll let you go last, Jordan. So, there's a good takeaway, Toby, with the rest of the league and stuff like that, which is good. As for the Gruden situation, I agree with Toby. I don't think when the first thing came out, he was going to get fired. I think he was going like skate through. In my opinion, you know, I thought that first of all, I hate that society now will probe your stuff from 20, 15, 80 years ago like that. Yeah. That's like a bad situation and stuff. But I mean, you said in the email, you said it. He was dumb as hell, by the way, for emailing. Like that's the easiest thing to find. Yeah. He's better off texting and shit, honestly.
Yeah,
so, like the fucking WhatsApp, DM, I don't know, but emailing was ridiculous. Yeah. I think he made a horrible racist comment, number one, which I did say, but I don't know if that makes him a racist person all the way. The gay stuff. Well, was that really a gay slander, like Jeff said, which is horrible? And I don't know if just because he felt like he don't want gays in NFL, but I feel like a lot of players probably do think that way, but just won't say it and stuff.
What
like
did
that.
he say again? I didn't review what
he said. Something about he don't think coaches should be forced to draft. He said queers, his word, not mine. Yeah. That he said, but that's where he went wrong, you know, right there. And that was talking about the Michael Sams, which he was not a good player anyway, by the way. But that was talking about his draft, and then he didn't say there shouldn't be women referees. So it was like thing after thing after thing, really like you know, broken for him. And I don't know why it came a woman referee. Honestly, like that's weird to me. But again, he should have been fired because more so because. You know, you start questioning, you know, he got a gay player on his team. He got blacks on his team. He got women who work in the front office. It's too many groups at one time that he's messing with. But my whole thing was that, you know, if I was playing for him, I would have to have that meeting that they had, but I wouldn't necessarily feel like I can't play for you now, as Jordan was saying. So I'm gonna let you piggyback off that, Jordan, and give me your feelings on the whole thing.
So I mean, I would kind of have a response to everybody's take, you know. Jeff, to your point about how this was about Washington, but then now he got singled out. Maybe out of that 655,000 emails, the reason why he got singled out is because he's currently the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It could be anyone else we could have been talking to, may not be in the same capacity they were, may not still be in the NFL now, but the league is counting on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Good point.
So, you know what I'm saying? So we have to kind of say, whoa, they can't have this stain. And then Toby, to your point, and kind of Mike, your point too, when you say, well, you didn't think kind of he should be fired after the first comment. What made the other two comments more offensive than what he said about?
Wait. That's not what we said. We didn't say that. Neither one of us said that.
You said
he said he would be fired. We didn't say
I don't think he was going to get fired.
Correct. You feel he should have been fired?
Because he probably
after the first.
I didn't read what he said. I didn't read what he said about, but the fact that he didn't get fired right away, that's as soon when they first had those emails, told me that he probably wasn't gonna get fired. If he had said the stuff about Michael Sam first, I guarantee you, he probably would have got.
That's my problem. That's my
For
problem.
that society in general, you know,
and that's the fight that we still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that? You know what I'm saying? It took him to say all that. Now for him to be fired.
Word. I agree.
Come
Good
on,
point.
man.
Good point.
It took all that for him to stay fired. Like, and when people like, I don't trust nobody. I don't really trust nobody. I'm sure y'all really don't like that either. But for you to be comfortable enough to put that shit on the email, because we all been there, bro. Now we all been there.
I mean, you make a good point, but low key, the LGBTQ community got more power than the black community when it comes to stuff like this.
They got more money.
That's honestly what it is. They got more money. They're more solidified, and they don't play. Honestly,
and a lot of the higher people up top, they are a part of that community on the low key. That's why it's pushed so heavily. So they don't care about black people as much.
Because I would never. Because bro, if you just imagine, bro, your manager. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? If I heard,
if your manager you found out your manager sent an email 10 years ago, it's a different effect than saying it to you right now. That was
correct.
It's just that it was the intent. Like Jeff said, you can offend somebody. You don't have to offend their race.
I agree with that.
There's mad ways to offend somebody. And if you felt comfortable enough to put that in an email to where you knew whoever you was telling that to wasn't going to check you, come on, man.
Then you got to question them.
Yeah.
Then you question them like, oh, this tell me what you really think. Tell me how you really feel.
You should, but you can't also assume. You got to question them, like you said. That was my whole point. You can't assume. You know what I mean? Like that's what you shouldn't just let it go either. But my thing is that you're not gonna have that. I mean, not me anyway. I'm not gonna have that same emotion from an email from 10 years ago. They ain't said to me directly, and even if it was like this year, a few months ago. But,
honestly, yeah, I kind of agree with that point about the manager. I am gonna look at my manager a certain type of way, even if it was like 10 years ago. But it's not like, I mean, it's not like he didn't really mean it because he didn't apologize. Like John Gruden only apologized because it came out. They were saying like he was still that person, so he might still be that person. I don't know. That situation is a little tricky.
Jeff, to your point about the owner and his comment, I don't have any his comment was, I don't have any comment. Go ask the NFL. They have all the answers. What does that mean?
Nah, Jeff is right. There's more stuff between other owners and other.
Sure. He might be in the crosshairs. Yeah. He might be scared.
Yeah.
This is somebody that that you've been known.
Mm-hmm.
That you've been knew. And you decided to give this man $100 million in 10 years. So they knew this shit, and it's now just hitting the fan.
And now they can get out their money.
And he already got $40 million already, so
and they're gonna get out of 60. That's even better.
Lucky them, right? I mean,
how lucky is that, right? But look, man, I mean, we weren't winning the way we should be. We should be. We need to be to pay for the stadium. We need to be blowing teams out, rocking and rolling. This top team knocking the boat over. Like we're not. Yeah. We had the same starts every year. We jump out a few. Come on, let's go move on. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that eventually. All right, man. Well, we talked about that ad nauseum, so let's move on. Monday Night Football was last night. Actual football, Ravens. 2 nights ago. I'm sorry, we behind.
Yeah. I was saying, wow.
Actual Ravens over the Colts in an overtime thriller. Lamar with another comeback this year. Just overall, what were your takeaways from that game, Toby?
It was an exciting game. It was a great football game. This is why we love football. Lamar he's having a great season. He's really carrying the team. They lost a lot of running backs. They lost a lot of defensive players. And he's really solidifying himself. He's really throwing the ball well. He's really developing more. The Colts, they're not for real to blow that lead like you have. Especially with the record that they have, at that point, you guys are like 1-3 or whatever their record is. And like now they put themselves in a hole, and the fact that you're up that much with a chance to like put yourself in a better position in the season going forward, and they folded like that. They're not for real. But Lamar, the Ravens, I mean, they're as a Steelers fan, I respect them. They're a threat.
All right, I'll get back to you on that one too. Jeff, what are your thoughts from that game, bro?
It was Lamar carving them up. I mean, it's crazy. 37 for 43, 442 yards, 4 touchdowns. He still fumbled, no interceptions, 10 yards a pass. Like that's and he had to be lit up at first in the second half. But I mean, that he's starting to look good throwing the ball. And I said early in the season, like I was looking at his feet to see if he was planting his feet right and getting good enough space between his legs and his passes. And I mean, he looking good, man. He carved them up real good. And he still led the team in rushing. And I don't want him to get overused because he'll be running the ball and throwing the ball, tire himself out. The defense was pretty stout. After they let them jump out, they kind of held them up the rest of the way, so that way the Ravens could come back. So, that was good. I mean, Andrews and Brown was 20 or 23 for like 272 yards and 4 touchdowns combined. Yo, they was crazy. I mean, they should have they couldn't double 2 of them, but I mean, they should have just said, look, we just gonna lock in on one of these dudes. The other dude gonna have to go for that. So I was impressed with the Ravens. They back in the running conversation again with a play like that. I mean, that shows me a lot about them.
Yo, imagine if they had their running backs.
Yeah, I know, and it's that's the one thing that's hampering them. And I hope it don't become a thing where Lamar is by default the option that gets overused because the running backs aren't there when it gets clutched, like in the playoffs, because them hits hit different when you 17 weeks in. If you get that far, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like I say, taking a lot of tackles now, running the ball. But the boy is bad, man. The boy is bad, man. That boy is bad.
Okay, we'll get back to Lamar. Jordan, what are your takeaways from the game, bro?
Man, I mean, definitely Lamar, special, ultimate playmaker. Never down in a game because he can make so many plays so fast at one time. He can it'll be 4 plays, boom, and they score off of a 40-yard run and a 50-yard bomb. The thing that I'm impressed about is the way he's throwing the deep ball and the accuracy. And now him and Marquise Brown, if that phase of the game with them stays that way, then they can really be dangerous because like the play action, you know what I'm saying? They got this. You still got to respect Sammy Watkins as a receiver, and then they got Mark Andrews, you know what I'm saying, who can carve up too. So with the running game and like Jeff, you say, well, you hope he doesn't take all those, hits, and I mean, well, you don't want him to get hurt or anything, but he doesn't take too many hits. He knows how to get down. Most people don't really get a chance to hit him, honestly. If he keeps playing like this, I think he's truly the MVP. If they go and end up winning the division, he would have to maybe be my MVP. If they win the division.
What about them as a Super Bowl contender overall?
I mean, I do believe they can win the Super Bowl playing the way he's playing, and that defense just has to, get healthier and get solid. But I really do think that because I mean, you look at the game since who did they? I can't remember who they played week 1.
Raiders.
They lost. They lost to y'all, right?
So 2 fumbles.
Yeah, you guys beat
2 fumbles.
Yeah. So aside from that, they've been in like hard. They've been in close games, comeback games for the rest of for really whole year, except for the last game they just had. I mean, against Denver before this one, against the Colts. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So playing like that, the confidence that Lamar would have going into any playoff game after him already getting the first win last year. You know what I mean? I think I wouldn't want to see the Ravens in the playoffs. I wouldn't want to see them. I don't know.
Yeah, their run game is crazy. I feel like they're really playing better defensively too, even though they had some lapses on Monday night. But they haven't played better defensively. The thing about Lamar, I think the game has slowed down for him in the passing game. I think he's seeing the field better, because he's a little older now, even better than MVP season. So I feel like he's seeing the windows. He also throwing it a little better. I do now as far as him being an ultimate weapon, like this is only now. Before he couldn't come back on the team because he ran the ball so much, which run the clock out. But now that he's passing it better, and like Jordan said, if Hollywood Brown can because he always got the speed, but his route running has got better too. Brown. So if he keeps running good routes, and Andrew's always open, I feel like over the middle, I feel like sky's the limit. Now the question is that, if you beat them up like Brown and Watkins and they're not open, what does Lamar do? But right now, they can actually win a Super Bowl. I feel like they actually can. And Harbaugh, of course, has always been a great coach. And like I said, man, and the coach's been done before the season started. So when you talk about that, we can move on from that. Because they got that whack quarterback.
Also one more takeaway. Like Carson Wentz played better than Jalen Hurts did.
Okay. Yeah, Carson didn't play that bad.
Okay, I'm confused. So what are you trying to prove by saying?
What am I trying to prove? I guess we'll get to that some point in time in the show. But Carson Wentz played better than Jalen Hurts did when Jalen Hurts went up against Carolina. I'm gonna tell you that for sure.
Okay. And Dave says Brown got too many drops. He get behind the safeties like a few can, but he got to catch those. That's true.
That's facts. That Denver game, your fantasy team, you'd have had 60 points.
But when he catch them, they be like for 40 yards plus.
As long as he catch that ball, he can be.
You catch 2, you got 100 yards on a day.
All right, well, let's move backwards to Sunday Night Football, the game of the week, or was supposed to be, the Bills versus the Chiefs. And the Chiefs did lose badly to the Bills. So are the Chiefs the best team in the NFL? The Bills, best team in the NFL? And also, what do the Chiefs do to turn the season around, Jeff? What do you think?
I don't they're not the best team in the NFL. But they're pretty good. Josh Allen is a stud. Coming out of Wyoming, I guess people didn't believe in his throwing. Like they told us before, he changed his mechanics and he's getting the ball out faster. Last night he was Sunday night he was 15 for 26 for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he ran the ball for 69 yards and a touchdown. He's doing a lot. He's got a number 1 receiver. And Dawson Knox is coming around as well. And this division, they probably got a runaway in their division, really. The AFC East, like that's starting to be a weak division.
No doubt.
And they probably gonna run away with about 6 of those. So what we gonna see soon coming up? Josh Allen. I think we're gonna continue to see more and more him becoming a superstar. Yeah. Because if they can get some sort of running game between Singletary and them other guys back there that's consistent, it'll be beneficial. But man, Josh Allen, man, he that dude, man. He maturing a lot, and I like him.
That's for you.
What's his team?
He's a Buffalo fan.
Now,
that's why.
I hear him. The Chiefs, on the other hand, I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is terrible. The defense couldn't stop a toilet, man. So, what we need to see is more consistent play out of them. Patty's throwing the ball light, threw it for 54 times this game. It didn't even crack the 300-yard mark, which is a little odd. And, even if you look at the whole offense, it's supposed to be set up and be dynamic. But I think people catching wind to what's going on with the Chiefs. And they know that I think they looking for that. They look for that long ball so much that they want to hit that home run almost every time. They don't have a real solid running game going for them right now, so don't take any pressure off Mahomes. And, like I said, they got enough tape on them. And you got to come up with some innovative ways to kind of make this offense jumpstart itself because he's supposed to be an offensive guru. And I know he's a little bit older, but still, that's his title, and he's running the shot call.
And they got my man Eric B down there, too.
Yeah, so I think they need to figure out what's going on with this offense because, like I said, no running game, but you need to have something to counter what Mahomes is doing.
And they lost Edwards-Helaire, but they're trying to get Marlon back from
Indy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's getting worse and worse, though. It's like,
but Jeff, why aren't the Bills the best team in the NFL? Like, what were you saying they're not?
Because experience, probably.
Okay.
And that's what I would say, experience, because their best player doesn't have that much experience. And again, like I said, the running game isn't really consistent. Now, he can only do but so much at 24 years old. Mm-hmm. And I think there are teams that have more stout quarterback play I mean, like the Packers. Hell, I would put them in the championship. You know, I can see them going. I mean, I can name teams just off the top right now that are better than the Bills that I would count on.
All right, and Toby, same question to you. Are the Bills the best team in the NFL, and what do the Chiefs got to do to turn it around?
The Bills are currently tied for first for the best team in the NFL with the Bucs.
Don't say. Oh, we already said it now. Never mind. Go ahead.
And how?
Go ahead. Keep going.
I mean, that's impressive. They have it all right now. Right now, you know, they're the favorites. They should be the favorites in the AFC. The Chiefs, on the other hand, their defense is horrible, and I agree with Jeff. Like we're getting hip to the Chiefs offense. I mean, it's the same thing with Hill. Either deep down, you know, you just cover that, and then you got them. Then Kelsey, it's just the same two weapons that they've been using for 3 years. Now they need to, you know, switch it up. They're gonna try to use Gordon. We'll see that how that go. But their defense is horrible right now. So
bad.
Yeah, right now. The Bills are looking nice.
So, will the Chiefs not make the playoffs? You think at 2-3?
They will make the playoffs. I mean, who's in the division? The Raiders. They'll end up being better than the Raiders, and they'll probably beat them and the Chargers, like at the top. Yeah.
All right. Same question to you, Jordan. Are the Bills the best team in the NFL? And what do the Chiefs got to do to turn it around? Same question.
The Bills are the best team in the NFL.
Okay.
The Bills are the best team in the NFL, the most complete team in the NFL. They have the number one defense right now, and they have the number one offense right now. And they have a quarterback who is accounting for everything that they do, the pass game and in the run game. So you say they don't have a run game with the running backs, yeah, but he can account for that. And then you got Diggs, who's not having the best. He's not having the season right now. Today, he's not having the season he was having last year. But now they got other weapons. Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, I just said that.
They still got Beasley. Now Knox is coming a threat at tight end. And their problem last year, I thought that didn't get them over the hump was their defense. Now their defense is the strength of the team this year, and including the offense. You feel me? But the defense is that defense from the year before, where Josh Allen was still trying to be the quarterback that he is now. And he couldn't take them to the heights, but their defense was stout. So this is the way they look now. So yeah, they're the best team in the league. And then you look at the Chiefs, they're figured out.
Yo, Dave, don't say that.
they're figured out, bro.
Yeah, you see that, Jordan? The comment.
Appreciate that,
but now it's top notch.
Appreciate that, bro. But the Chiefs are figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep it deep. You know what I'm saying? Keep it deep. If you want Kelsey to run 1,000 routes all over the field, cool. Go down the field.
I think though the biggest problem is still the defense, though. Honestly, like,
bro. Oh, you said you think it's the defense?
Yeah, because they offense, even though they figured out, they still put up points.
No, I would agree with you, but still, bro, their offense is not like.
But they're on the field too much because their defense is trash. And they
do press. I think they do press too much. But also, I still think that's one because one they don't have a run game.
Right.
Two, they really don't. They only have 2 receivers. It's Kelsey and Hill. They don't have anybody else. Nobody else is a threat.
Yeah,
so
even if you drafted McCall Hardman.
So if you got to cover 2 guys, you feel me? And then it's like, okay, well, take us downfield. If you score, you score because the gap between really the offenses in the league now, there's really not a gap. You look at Buffalo, Green Bay, Arizona, they can score with the Chiefs.
Problem is that the Chiefs never got balance over
Chargers. Yeah.
You know, when it comes to running game as well. And that's your boy Andy. You know, he don't like running the ball any goddamn way. So that's just what he's known for. But the defense is the problem, you know, for the most part, because you can't have that many possessions for the other team. I mean, for your team, where you know you're always on the field. Defense getting tired, and then the offense is pressing, like you said, because defense got so many. They're always playing catch up. That's the problem. Honestly, they can't be balanced. As far as the Bills, oh man, I'm with Jeff. I can't call him number 1 yet.
You need to see more. You need to see more. I knew.
Yeah, that's me.
But remember, I was on from day one. It was me screaming the Bills, the Bills, the Bills.
It's there, bro.
Yeah.
They're there, bro.
Yeah, but I'm asking a question about them. Question the same question I'm asking about the Cowboys in the next topic. Do you trust the Bills moving forward, as far as like down the line, the playoff stuff like that?
Trust them more than the Cowboys. Don't give me stuff.
Okay, well, that's a good segue. Cowboys, another dominating win, Jordan. But we do know they kind of fall out towards the end every year. So do you trust them moving forward with the Cowboys?
Come on, man.
Nope. They got to do with the Cowboys,
Come
bro.
on, man. Come on, bro.
That's a biased opinion.
But in all seriousness, I mean, yeah, I definitely trust Buffalo more than I trust Dallas. Like,
that wasn't the question.
What do you mean?
The question was, do you trust the Cowboys at all?
Do I trust the Cowboys? I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be honest. I mean, they're going to win the division, so they're going to go to the playoffs. Do I trust them that they can be a Super Bowl team? I don't know yet. I need to see a little bit more because I'm going to keep it real with you. Was it dominating last week, or did Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and Kenny Golladay get hurt before the second half? Like, the Giants were kind of in that game, and they all went down, and they just went on an onslaught.
Why the Cowboys dominate every week? They make excuses like, "Well, they only won because of this. They only won because of that."
I gotta throw that out there. I have them in my. Well, you'll see. But
what makes the Bills so much better than the Cowboys?
What makes the Bills? I mean, I think the quarterback is better. I think they have a better overall team. I think they just have a better overall team on both sides of the ball. I think the Bills would give Dallas some problems.
Who got a better receiving core?
Dang,
receiving core as a 3, I would have to go with Dallas because
who got a better running game?
There you go.
Dallas has a better running game.
So why is the Bills?
The Bills are a better team, bro. Just because they have that though doesn't mean they can't compete with the Bills. What the Bills do great at, nobody can stop.
What is that?
So they're bro. What?
A backyard football.
It's not. How's it backyard football?
All right, Jeff. Bro,
they can throw it 40 times. But
man, okay. So look,
getting that shit done.
All right, let me. I'll get back to you on now. Right, the Cowboys are for real. Like, I'm liking the Cowboys. Dak is top 10 in yards right now. He's second in percentage at 73.9%. And he's top 3 in passing touchdowns. So I like how that's going. They got Zeke top 3 in running right now with 452 yards. And on top of that, they got that spare running back thing going. I like that because Tony Pollard will be good in the playoffs, which I think they'll have success because they got there already and they won a game. And I think something about this Dak, I don't know, it's just something about this one. He looked more poised. You know, he looked calm. He not like excited that he's getting this stuff done. And yeah, they always do it every year, but didn't they go to the playoffs last time that Dak was healthy fully for a whole season? Yeah. Huh?
And won a
playoff game. And then that came out the next year on fire the first couple games before the injury. Now the record wasn't as good, but you know what? A name that they didn't have last year that they got this year, and I really like, and I never normally put potential in this because I've only seen it happen in my era once with Charles Wilson and Champ Bailey. But the Bull Diggs, yo, he looking legit, yo. He's a ball hawk, huh? Trayvon Diggs looking legit. He about what 6'3". He a big dude, man, and he playing real good ball right now, getting interceptions, leading the team. You know, and look, man, I'm trying to tell you, the Cowboys look for real. So I like what I'm seeing there.
All right, Toby, how about you, man? Cowboys, do you trust them down the line moving forward, man?
Yes, they're for real. They're legit. They're gonna win their division easily. No one is touching them. They already beat the Giants and the Cowboys.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. They beat them pretty easily, both teams. So
they put up 40 on the Eagles.
They did.
Yeah,
giving out 40s across the NFC East.
Washington is up next. They play them later on, but I do trust them to go to the playoffs. And they last time they went to playoffs, they did win a playoff game, and they're looking better this year, offensively and defensively. I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially from their defense. Their defense was so bad, like in the past, but it's it has taken a step up. They're definitely in there. And your friend, I think it said Dave in the comments, he said that their schedule is rookie on on Madden mode.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a couple games up, but they did beat the Chargers in week 2. Like
Yeah.
that's an impressive win right there. And then they go on to blow everybody else out, but they beat the Chargers, and the Chargers, look how the Chargers looking. So that tells you something about the Cowboys. And I think they beat them in California. So
in week 1 they barely lost to the Bucks.
I'm not saying no. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say. I mean, they legit, they definitely gonna go to the playoffs and might make a push for the NFC Championship game. To be honest.
All right, Jordan, go ahead, man. Rebuttal.
No, I'm just saying I'm not disagreeing with none of y'all, yo. To be honest, it just pains me to have to talk about them in this fucking life. It's so disgusting. Mm-hmm. It is so disgusting because it's disgusting.
Right. Well, why you get through his emotions? I just don't know how the Bills that was better than them. But when I'm looking head to head, but honestly, they got everything, and they talk about Diggs, but also Micah Parsons been beasted.
I was trying to mention
and Lawrence not even back yet. Honestly, like you ain't put Michael Parsons back the linebacker and have Lawrence in the lineup, and then Trayvon Diggs, like defense gonna be solid, and then they're gonna be able to run the ball. So they can run the ball. What you got to remember, run the ball, keep your defense fresh, and they got 2 running backs that can do it, and then they got the receivers. You know what I mean?
Saying they have no holes.
I mean, if anything, the other part of the secondary, maybe one half. Not the other half.
And you think the Bills have holes?
No, I think the receiving core. I'm not really. I like CeeDee Lamb. He young, upcoming. Cooper, I never really could trust. The receiving core is a really good core, right? Is Cooper a number 1 for real?
Oh, Cooper? Yeah. Wait. Are you still mad because he ain't play good for y'all, Jeff?
I was just saying, is he a number 1 for real? Like, no, but yeah. I mean, the receiving core can be suspect sometimes, but the defense second half, and that's about it, man. Like, and not many holes there.
I don't think so because you got CeeDee Lamb for big plays and Cooper, one of the best route runners in the league. So I feel like they got him on
Cooper
both
don't
sides.
show up all the time,
You answered me though, bro.
What
I said, did you think the Bills had any holes?
I think their running backs only subpar. Like,
I don't see that as much of a problem, in all honesty, because I mean the way I saw it on Monday, I mean I know it was against the Chiefs, but I mean the running backs look fine.
Josh
Allen led the team with 69 yards on
Josh Allen be the lead rusher. Like,
that's okay. That's the age we live in now.
No,
bro.
That's the game we live in.
We talking about winning the championship, bro. That will never work.
Bro, the game that we live in now is a game where your quarterback can be your lead rusher on a Sunday afternoon. Bro, if it works, it's works. They're not gonna. It's working, bro.
The only way that generally happens,
if
right?
Your name is not Lamar, honestly, or maybe
Lamar,
then it shouldn't be like that, honestly.
Maybe Josh Allen we could put in that category because he does run often, not like Lamar, but running with frequency.
It's a different style, but he can get it done. I mean,
running with frequency, he runs as much as Lamar because he has to.
And then let's not.
They so equal, both of those things.
Like,
so equal.
Right. I don't know how they both look better.
Let's not gloss over the fact that like he is carving teams apart since week 1.
Bro, but Dak is balling too, though. Like,
I hear you.
Aaron Rodgers, don't forget he balling too. Like, week 1 was an anomaly.
They're balling like Josh.
I know at one point you thought Wentz was better than Dak, which we all knew that wasn't true then.
Told you that.
Well, he was.
No, he wasn't.
You gotta give it.
Never was.
But now you got to give it up, bro. I'm sorry to say.
I big gave that shit up, bro.
Let's move on, man.
Move on. Chargers, who Toby brought up because the Cowboys beat the Chargers. The Chargers this week beat the Browns, and the Chargers have been balling lately. You know, I think they won like 3 straight. And Justin Herbert looks great. They're very balanced too, as well. So, what's the ceiling for Justin Herbert and the Chargers, Jordan? What do you think?
The ceiling?
Yeah.
I can see them winning their division.
What don't you like about them?
What don't I like about them?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think I don't like anything about them, bro. I like everything about them, bro. They're balanced too. Good offense, great offense, great defense. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say great, but good enough. Good enough. Good enough. You feel what I'm saying? They got Boza, Derwin James, Asante Samuel Jr. I believe it's Chris Harris. I don't know if Chris Harris is hurt or not, but I know he's not. Yeah.
He there. He played this Sunday.
Yeah. So they're nice, bro. And then Mike Williams is turning into the guy that they thought he was going to be when they first drafted him. And Justin Herbert, and then they picked up Slater in the first round this year. He looks like he's going to be all pro for them for years. And then Justin Herbert looks like, honestly, Mahomes 2.0. Like, he looks like another version of Mahomes. Like, is this a second coming to Patrick Mahomes? Like, is this a guy who, you know what I'm saying, we're going to look into when we look at the quarterbacks in the league right now? Like, I just talked about Josh Allen. Herbert is right there. Feel me? I think
but you only got to win a division. That's it. Nothing more than that.
Look, they already beat the Browns, right? But you never know. They got the Ravens coming up, right?
Wasn't it the Super Bowl team, the Browns, Jordan? I think, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, they could go toe-to-toe with anybody, but you never know. He's still young. He ain't touched no playoffs yet.
That's
so, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say they can win the division for sure. But,
All right, move forward. Jeff, what's the ceiling for Justin Herbert and the Browns? I know you're impressed with them so far. What they're doing.
Yeah, I'm impressed with them. I'm actually sold on them now. People was talking about the Chargers on this show earlier in the season, and I wasn't really too sold, but I'm definitely sold. Herbert reminds me of like John Elway, like because he's a big dude and he got a strong arm, and that's what separates him. He's got a strong arm. He can make all the throws, and he does run in some magnitude. He's legitimate. Hopefully Eckler can stay healthy because we know he's always nicked up in and out of that lineup. But they definitely got receivers. They got Jared Cook at tight end. Then on defense, you got Derwin James and Bosa up front. Asante Samuel leads the teams with 5 passes defended and leads the team in interceptions with 2. Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's their lead in pass defender. But like I said, they got a lot going there. They playing real good. I just don't know how far I can take them in the playoffs. I could see them get to the playoffs. I could see they could win the division. If we come out flat tomorrow night, if we come out flat this weekend and we tank it, they gonna win the division. Like that's how I look at it.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, but they win the division regardless.
If we play, see some teams, this happen and they go on the run. So if we have,
sounds good. I told you Sunday. I said, what I tell you Monday? I said Gruden done, the Raiders done. What I tell you?
It happens. So we'll see. But I could see them winning the division. They could win the first round too. They could beat some teams. So there's some teams there they could beat.
Okay. Toby, what do you think about the Chargers, bro?
Yeah, definitely. Chargers are legit. They can win the division, and their ceiling is a playoff win.
Okay.
And probably will win the game.
Solid answer.
And the Raiders, going back to Jeff, come on. Even if you guys beat the Broncos, you guys
yo, bro.
In the long run, it's just not gonna happen. We all know the season is long.
Right. Not, bro. Some things like motivate some
games
teams
in the season. We still got week 16. We still got week 4.
All right.
In the long run, it's not gonna happen.
All right.
Say about that. The Raiders, I mean, who knows if they go to the playoffs or not, but winning the division, definitely. Chargers look like they're in firm control right now. Unless they just implode and just start losing games, they look really, good right now.
Yeah, I'm impressed with them too. At first, I was like upset they let go Anthony Lynn because I like him as a coach, but it seemed like it was the best move for them. Maybe this coach now getting the best out of Herbert and Eckler and the rest of the team. So I guess it was overall good move. Even though I feel like he low key doing it with Lynn's like players a little bit, and Lynn's like set up and whatnot, kind of like Gruden Tampa Bay. But it is what it is. It happens sometimes. But yeah, I mean Herbert is nice. He's like a prototypical. I feel like that. They can win. Yeah, I say a playoff game too. I'm with Toby. I feel like they're just building and building, but I'm very impressed with them, and I think the division is pretty much a wrap. I don't see the Chiefs catching up. And I ain't talking about the Raiders because we already talked about them enough, whatever. But
I would agree with you, bro.
What about the Broncos? Nothing. They gave away.
The Broncos are done.
Yeah. Speaking of the Broncos, good segue, Jeff. Broncos played the Steelers this week, and the Steelers got the W on a 3-1 team, as I said before, to Jordan. But the defense did come back to Toby. Take it away, man. Can the Steelers make a run to the playoffs now? You think?
Can the Steelers make a run to the playoffs? It's still up in the air. It's still more likely that we're not going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Because we have the Bengals, and I mean, honestly, our defense is stepping up. Honestly, I just got to see Ben. I got to see what Ben does, because honestly, it's on what Ben could do with his arm. Yeah. Our defense is coming back alive, and we're gonna play Seattle. We have to be Seattle. Like, you can't lose to Seattle after they just lost. Russell. So it was definitely a good win though, beating the Broncos. I didn't see it coming like that. I thought the Broncos were playing decently. They were 3-1. And we came out there and we beat them, and we put up points on a good defense, because Denver has a good defense. So that's what really shocked me. So going to the playoffs still, I mean, we still got the Ravens in front of us, the Bengals, and the Browns. So we definitely gonna need Ben to play way better for us to go to the playoffs. I still need to see more before I say it's a run.
All right, Jeff, what do you think about the Steelers and the chance to go to the playoffs?
Well, I think it's still the same. It's still kind of dead in the water. I mean, they beat the Broncos. I had the Broncos at the bottom of the division anyway throughout the season. Whether they're 3-1 or not, that doesn't really say anything to me. Now they're 3-2, just like the Raiders, and they still gonna be at the bottom of the division. So beating that team really didn't show me anything. Again, this team is capable of glimpses, and yes, the defense has had injuries that they need to try to overcome to be better throughout the season. And typically, that's what happens. Teams get healthier down the stretch of the season, and they start to get better, and they gel, and they play better. Now, again, in my opinion, the issue with Ben is his arm. I just don't think he has the arm anymore. And if we're talking about them getting better down the line because the defense is injured now, I don't see him actually being better than what I already had expected him to be, to make sure that they're able to be afloat when the playoffs come and the defense gets fully healthy. So I don't got him making the playoffs, and that's where we're going with that. I don't got, and you know what? I don't got the Browns getting the playoffs either, because they kind of ugly. The Browns are 0-2 when Baker throws for 300 yards and 3-0 when he throws for under 300 yards. So OBJ ain't really been doing any real.
They don't click, man.
Yeah, I don't think he like OBJ. Like, he might have said something to offend him, because that's the type of guy that he is. So the Browns, I don't know, they in trouble. That backfield might be cool, but if they can't run the ball, teams will load the box.
They need to trade OBJ to the Packers.
They don't. They mess up the chemistry out there.
No, I don't think that would be tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough, right?
Devontae Adams is the clear number one still, and then OBJ is like the number two, really.
Yeah.
But it's so like it's organized over there. And OBJ a mess everywhere he go.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He headlines, and the Packers don't need headlines. I agree.
Go ahead, Drew. What you hate on the Steelers? They're making a playoff. Something like that.
Yo, I don't know how Toby, you can sit up here and be proud of the win against the Broncos. Like,
you see how we
like against a quarterback wears two gloves and thinks he's a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, funny dog water. Like, get the fuck out of here. Listen, the Steelers.
Yeah.
Do I think they're better than the Broncos? Yeah. The Broncos didn't play anybody. The Steelers have had a rough schedule, but do I see them making the playoffs? No. The Denver Broncos couldn't have been that good if the worst running game in the league had 123 yards. They can't be that good.
Who, the Steelers?
Yes.
That you draft Najee Harris like that?
We're getting them catches. The Steelers have the worst run game in the league, and he had 123 yards. They definitely can't be that good.
All right.
I'm not that impressed. You feel me? But I am worried about the Browns, though, for sure. My prediction about the Browns was definitely based off of the way Baker played late in the season. he's regressed, injury or not. I don't think that injury.
You know what though? I honestly, okay, I'll go one at a time. I'll get to the Browns, but for the Steelers, man, listen, I don't know nothing about no gloves. I know they was 3-1 when they came in. And I know that we beat the game. The defense got healthy. You know, I thought Ben was on a farewell tour, but maybe he, you know.
He still is. He still is. His last,
You guys are crazy.
What happened?
I want him out of here after this here.
Yeah, I do too. I want him on a farewell tour, honestly. But nah. I mean, I think they got, you know, they got some grit, and the defense plays well. They'll always be in games, I feel like, and I feel like they can win. I don't think Juju is addition by subtraction. I hate Juju and whatnot. He can go be on TikTok now. Honestly, more and more. I hate that. So I'd rather give his 1 yard catch to Najee Harris and make more yards out of it. Honestly. So
I mean, better for me for Deontay. I'm good.
Yeah. So now the Browns, I thought they'd have a better defense. They just gave up 47 points to the Chargers. Like
everybody thought it was good until that game.
Defensive game all year.
What happened?
I said that was like their worst defensive game all season.
They gave up like 40 to the Chiefs in the first game of the season. They're not playing good.
Everybody thought their defense was good until that game. I'll still say they're good, but they're not as good as they thought. They're not good as you thought. To give up that many points, that game was a shootout. I never thought that game was.
They're like the Chargers are so complete offensively. Like,
so what? A good defense beats a good offense. Opposed to
yeah.
Not 47. You but.
That's a halftime basketball score.
Yeah. Wow.
No, I mean, hey, they were bad.
And this is Dave's order for the NFC North right now.
But I was okay with because you're gonna see good defenses. Like I think great offense beats better D. If you got, because especially with a QB, look at it. You know what I'm saying? A great throw or a great catch will beat great coverage any day.
I don't think so, bro. I think look at all those years. Let me just take you back to Peyton Manning. They didn't make the Super Bowl because they got to the playoffs and a good defense stopped them. A good defense can always stop a good offense if you're solid, yo.
Well, now that Spygate came out, and I think that the Patriots might have been cheating back then.
I was talking about the Colts. We always did the cheating.
They probably were. You feel me?
I don't think that's something that just happened. I think
but I just think like
but they also had fucking Teddy Bruschi and Mike Vrabel and Ty Law, and they had players on the Patriots, bro. Like
it's easy to play good when you know where the hell to play going. You should be an all-star. You know where it's going. Like,
and then on the other end, they had Tom Brady, so they had Baker Mayfield. Okay. So.
All right. Well, I don't know. The Browns. I thought you the defense would be better though.
I still think they're going to be a top 10, top 15 D. I still think they're good. You feel me? I think they ran into a hot team who's really killing, and they're going to be hard to defend. They had 2 number ones, and then a run game, and then a quarterback with a. You know what I'm saying? That's hard.
All right. Well, speaking of hot teams, number 7 was an interesting question. What team are we sleeping on this year? Who's the most underrated team in football, Jeff? Who do you think right now?
The most underrated team in football, I think the Baltimore Ravens. And because we're not really talking about them really like being amongst, the head wolves like we normally do, because they got a little rocket start to start. They lost 2 running backs, they lost the first game, and got off our start, but like Lamar just showed us a whole nother dynamic, man. And and I hate to be the guy that jump on one game and be like, he just changed his whole fortunes now. He gonna be a great passer, but that's a lot of poise to show. Like 37 to 43, that's only 6 incompletions. And I mean, come on, 442 yards and that's real quarterback numbers. Like, and that was a really good game by him. Like I said, again, he still had the fumble, which I don't know what's up with him in fumbles this year. I don't know what's up with him holding the rock. But yeah, the Ravens is underrated because we keep writing them off, and they keep, I don't know, they give us a game to remember, like, yo, this is who we are.
All right, I'm gonna go with Toby. What team are we sleeping on? Who do you think, bro?
Honestly, I might just have to just skip this question. I might just say the Ravens. But there's really nobody else that I see that's slept on that I see as a Super Bowl scare. I think I'm looking at the list right now. Nobody put fears in my heart. The Ravens, people say the Ravens because, coming in after losing all their running backs, no one expected them to, still be 4-1. And then, they almost lost those games. So, and they come back and win. So it's like, it was down. But at the end of the day, they still got the W. So, but, I don't really see a team that I really think is, underrated right now. I got to hear y'all answer on this. Besides the Ravens, I got.
What do you think? Maybe from where they at now to still make the playoffs that we're sleeping on. Jordan.
Yo, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I gotta go with the Bengals. Honestly.
I knew you was gonna say that. I was gonna say you crazy.
If the kicker makes a field goal, they're 4-1. They just beat the Green Bay Packers, who people have in their top 5. And then they beat a Steelers team who they didn't think who I don't think anybody thought that the Steelers were going to lose to. And then they lost to Minnesota, but that was in the last second. And Minnesota took Arizona in the last second. So, you know what I'm saying? They got a QB who's in the top 5 with young QBs. Then they got a top 10 running back. And then Jamar Chase, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nasty.
He is nasty. I mean, that's actually a good pick. I like that. Yeah. And I'm gonna say a team that's been under the radar this year as the Titans. They're 3-2 now. Henry cannot be stopped no matter what they do, and I feel like they're gonna come into form a little bit. So I feel like the Titans are gonna start making a push. That's kind of not talking about under the radar.
Yeah, they did lose it, but I was saying that early in the season too. Like.
You were early in the season. You were.
But you know what? I would say the Chargers could be underrated too. Nobody really talking about them like that right now.
I feel like it changed. I feel like it's changed. That's changed after this game.
Yeah, I mean, it was the Browns though, and the Browns defense we know is terrible.
Nah, bro. Don't sleep on the Browns. The Browns were.
It ain't no team.
Browns were in the top 5 at some point.
Browns are what?
I think Browns were in his top 5 at some point.
Matt, you know who my best sleeper team? The Vikings.
Okay.
Another horrible team. These are horrible teams.
What's their record?
Titans are horrible.
I think they're like 2-3.
They're not doing it.
Titans are leading their division.
Vikings aren't doing.
The Vikings, they look like last second field goals though. Like they play good though.
No, I was gonna say they almost beat Arizona last second field goal. I mean. But they're 2-3, whatever.
Okay.
I don't believe in them. They have Kirk Cousins. If you're Kirk Cousins, your quarterback.
Or I think they're 2-3.
Hear anything you have to say?
If you ask Jordan, they got Adam Thielen, who's been the number 1 since he got drafted.
He's the number
1A, 1B.
Jordan did the whole league number 1.
That's another 1A. Nah, Cooper Kupp is definitely number 1.
Cooper Kupp balling.
Number 2.
Kupp is balling. I can't give him
number 1. As a 1B.
Right.
Person is a 1A. You feel me?
I give you Cooper Kupp balling, but not number 1.
Thank you.
There's not a lot of true depth.
I don't really know what
number 1s.
I'm not sure what your criteria is for number 1, but he's a number 1 for me.
Was Marvin Harrison a number 1?
For no doubt.
Was Reggie Wayne a number 1?
No doubt.
Okay. Okay. What? I agree with you. I just wanted to get your conception. I just wanted to get your perception.
Reggie Wayne wasn't a number 1 with Marvin Harrison, but he was with Marvin Harrison.
It was 1A, 1B. And that was the time where teams didn't even have 1A. Like, bro, we live like, bro, we're in a game where teams don't have 2 number 1 wide receivers.
You know what? That's a perfect segue to the next topic, though. Rank your top 5 wide receivers in order at this point of the season.
Top 5 wide receivers? Wow, you got serious with us this time.
Have fun,
just because you're not a top 5 receiver
doesn't mean
does not make you a number 1 receiver.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, bet.
Who's ready to go? Top 5 wide receivers.
Toby?
I don't know yet.
Jordan, go ahead. I mean, you want me to go first?
Go ahead, Toby.
This is not really a good top 5.
What?
It's not a good top 5. Number 1, I got Devontae Adams. Number 2, I still got Hopkins. Number 3, I got Tyree Kill.
Wait. What are we basing it off? The stats this season?
No. This is your opinion.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I'm basing mine off. I'm basing it off this season and what they've been doing like in their career. Like if you've been a number one most of your career, I'm still
that's
why I still got Hopkins.
All right, go ahead.
At number 2. I still got Hopkins at number 2.
I got you.
That's Tyree Kill. Now it gets tricky. I'm gonna say Antonio Brown, number 4, and number 5. I'm gonna say DJ Moore.
We're right.
Antonio Brown and DJ Moore. Wow. Okay.
Appreciate you, Toby.
Okay.
Toby just saying names right now.
Is
Let me hear y'all top 5. Yeah. Top 5.
Easy.
These are all true number ones. And I agree with that because he still produces.
You said AB. You said DJ Moore. Huh?
DJ Moore is nasty.
All right, I got you. Y'all ready? What I'm doing? 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, so I got, huh?
All right, ready? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got Devontae Adams. I had to go with that. I got to go with Stephon Diggs. Then I'm going with DK Metcalf.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go with I'm gonna put Tyreek because he going down to 3 because he not playing good this year. So he going down to 3 right now. And I got a sleeper in mind, and I don't know how much I can do for it, but I was gonna say I like Justin Jefferson and what he turning out to be. I know it's only 2 years, but I like his physique. I just like how he balling.
Justin, I said DJ Moore. You gonna say Justin Jefferson?
I just gave you one. Like,
don't have me for saying DJ Moore. You gonna say Justin Jefferson?
I just wanted to give you one. Like I was like, all right.
All right, Jordan, man. Bring us home. When I bring us home, what you got though, man?
Bring us home.
I don't care about numbers because all things affect numbers, so I don't care about the numbers right now.
Don't do it. Don't say Cooper Kupp in the top 5.
Don't do it.
Yo, all right, look, I still think D Hop is my number 1. I'm sorry. Give me D Hop any day of the week.
I be forgetting about D Hop. Over in Arizona.
Devontae Adams, number 2, right? Mm-hmm. There's gonna be some real good receivers really left off the list.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Number 3 for me is still Stephon Diggs. Number 4, I was gonna, I wish I could say AJ Brown, fucking bum, but I don't know.
It's never there.
I wish I could say it, but number 4, this is tough, bro. Tyree Kill is still good. Tyree Kill is still great. So
he had 200 yards last week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to put him at number 4 because I was gonna leave him out the top 5, but this is the sleeper.
How?
This is the sleeper for y'all.
Oh.
Mike Williams. Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah.
That's why I was whispering to the show. I'm like,
yo, terrible. Yo.
Whispering it.
Yo, you got this guy, bro. Mike Williams.
Oh man.
I fuck with Mike Williams heavy, bro. Mike Williams is balling right now.
He's not even the best receiver on his own team.
Facts.
All right, all jokes
DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson, and Mike Williams in our top 5. All right.
Yeah.
All right, now all jokes aside, I probably would put Metcalf there. You feel what I'm saying? Julio's not really doing shit. Not really looking anything. Not doing anything this year.
It hurt the last 2 years, ain't he?
Yeah, right. I guess, yeah, right. It hurt last 2 years. So yeah, I mean, I would have to put DK Metcalf in there.
All right. Before I give you all mine, here's Dave's top 5. They got Adams,
Justin Jefferson.
At 3, DK Metcalf and Mike Evans at 4.
Who the hell's Nook?
Who's
That's
next?
Hopkins. That's
Oh,
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He got all these weird names.
That's his nickname. That's his nickname.
I didn't know that either. But I'm going to go Devontae Adams 1. I'm going to go Hopkins 2. I'm going to go Diggs 3. Metcalf 4 and Hill 5.
I mean, the same one, bro. Who's laughing at me for it?
How? I laughed at your freaking Mike Williams. I ain't laughing at
You looked at me all funny when I said Tyree Kill at 4 too. Like,
no, I did. I said he should be there. He had 20 yards last week. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm cool with that. I got him 5 though, but I think Adams is truly the best receiver in football. Like Adams is just that good. Like Adams, unlike Hopkins, Adams don't never get like lost and shit. Like Hopkins is
honestly, I think it's because the way they use Adams. So from what I've seen, they move him around and they target him a lot. Like he has like the most targets. Like I feel like
he should.
He should. He should, but on Arizona, I feel like
the way they play is different. Adams more. They need him to do all that. They need him to do all that. They need. They got AJ Green. They got more.
Yo, stop acting like AJ Green. Like
they got other
any good
at
all.
They have better wide receivers than
Christian Kirk. Ain't no bona fide nobody.
Christian Kirk would be the second best receiver on the Packers today.
They should use DeAndre. If they use DeAndre Hopkins, how they use Adams, he'll be still like his numbers ain't as good because of what they doing there. But he's still,
I don't know, bro.
But let me just make a case right here for my boy. Jeff, I know you know Keenan Allen been dropping some passes because he ain't been getting them points like you want. I'll take them off your hands, but you don't want to make a deal. You feel what I'm saying? But Keenan Allen, Mike Williams ain't been dropping the passes this year, bro, and he's been going nuts. He's been going nuts. Like he has number 1 top 5 potential. Like this is why they drafted him. At Clemson, he was ridiculous. So he's showing that, and I think they'll end up keeping him. I don't know why they would let him go after him having the season that he is. Like this is his breakout year, but he played good last year. So like I fuck with Mike.
All right, we're moving on to the next topic. It's the pick'ems that we got. My phone is dying, so I'm gonna try to be quick with this. But last week
you got one job.
I know. Last week though, Jordan was 3-0.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was 2-1. Jeff was 2-1, and Toby was 2-1. Jordan picked successfully. He picked the Rams. He picked the Chargers, and he only one picked the Bills. We all had the Chiefs. So that's how Jordan wound up being what he is.
That was a dumb pick.
Now that I think about it. Yeah, and on the season, Jeff and I are up top at 8-7. I'm sorry, Jeff, me, and Jordan are all 8-7. And Toby, you came in. You missed a week, so you're 6-6 right now. So you're 500. So it's a 3-way tie at the top right now. But this week's picks or picks for you guys are along the ticker right there. So we're gonna do Raiders versus Broncos, Ravens versus Chargers, and Bills versus Titans. Who wants to go first?
Right.
Sheesh.
All right, I'm gonna go Raiders, Chargers, Bills.
Raiders, Chargers, Bills.
Yeah.
Same.
Wow. Okay. Jordan.
Yo, Jeff. I get big money if they win, bro.
I don't play, man. I just pick them like you.
I'm gonna go with them because they need to win because they can't be losing to Teddy Dogwater.
It's in Denver.
I'm not sure.
Yo, Teddy gonna surprise her with the 2 gloves. Watch. We'll see.
All right, yeah, I got the same as y'all. So
Raiders, Chargers, Bills. Okay. Well,
I think the Chargers gonna be a little bit too much for Baltimore. They've been going too strong, and they about to hit a.
So I got to take the lead again then with off there. I'm gonna go.
I know. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm gonna go Ravens, and I'm gonna go Bills. Actually, so Ravens. Yeah,
you're not going Titans.
Nah. I'm close to it. I was supposed to upset, but I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
The Ravens have put out a lot of energy the last 4 weeks. They're about to hit a team who's
they're gonna lose. They definitely gonna turn over the ball. Like they turn over the ball.
As a matter of fact, I'm changing mine real quick. I'm gonna go Broncos.
Oh,
Ravens.
That's what I thought you was gonna take. That game's gonna be. That's an epic
I'm gonna go
game.
Broncos,
I was
Ravens,
gonna do that.
Bills.
I was gonna do that.
I don't trust the Broncos after they just lost to my Steelers.
Why do you don't trust Denver? What do you mean?
I don't trust Denver.
It's hard to trust the Raiders, but
it's hard to trust the Raiders too.
Derek Carr versus Teddy Bridgewater.
That's like a dead man's game.
Should I change then? Now Mike got me thinking.
Hold on, Jeff. You just said you're gonna rally because they're gonna be extra motivated and shit. What?
It should be.
Mike got me thinking.
Wait, who? Broncos, right?
Let me check something real quick. Let me check something. I might have to pick Broncos.
Yo, don't try to be like me told me over.
I'll have to switch to the Broncos and the Raiders. I can't touch them, man. I had them on my tickets to beat the Bears. I don't know why I had them on my tickets to beat the Bears.
Because the news came out.
The news came out. That still might affect them though.
Jordan, you him during his speech, like, man, you don't get the out of the locker room.
You keep your picks, right, Jordan? Raiders, Chargers, Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might. The Dolphins missing Jerry Jeudy. They missing KJ Hamler. They missing Bradley Chubb. All injury reserves.
What did I do with the Dolphins?
Oh, you said the Dolphins? Wait, what?
No, you said Dolphins.
About the Broncos. That's what I meant.
Wait, Broncos missing who now?
Jerry Jeudy, Bradley Chubb, KJ Hamler.
All the best.
Kareem Jackson questionable. Melvin Gordon questionable.
All the best.
Melvin Gordon didn't practice today.
All right. I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Yo, right now it says the spread is 3.5.
For who?
For Denver.
Denver favorite?
Yeah, Denver's favorite, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yo, I got the Raiders. They go big money. Big money. They're not
oh, well, maybe in that form, that might be a good idea.
They should be crushing them.
Nah, you know what? I've got a feeling. What the game at? Denver, right?
What feeling, bro?
I don't know, yo.
What feeling, bro?
I'll
be more skeptical about picking the Ravens game than y'all are picking this game.
The Raiders not that good, bro. What are you talking about?
The Raiders aren't that good. Like both teams are like kind of equal right now.
Yeah, and the record is the same. What you mean?
Yeah, exactly. The record is the same.
Still better record than the Steelers.
Well, they played they played Jacksonville. Who else they play?
I'm going Denver, yo. I'm taking Denver, yo.
All right, Toby got Denver. So Toby got Denver, Chargers, Bills. Jeff, you sticking with your Raiders? Raiders, Chargers, Bills? And then Jordan, Raiders, Chargers, Bills. And then me, god damn it. They are going to be all confused.
Don't let Toby go to...
I'm going to take the lead this week. I'm going to just make take the lead this week. Go on.
Go ahead. Pick that. Take the lead.
I'm about to take
Denver so me and Jeff take the lead.
What happened?
I'm going to take the lead.
So take the lead because
this -3 might be a trap, but I don't know, man.
Bro, y'all are trapped, and whatever y'all think.
What about Denver's defense, though, man? Denver got
they just let the worst run team in the league.
The game is in Denver,
123 yards, bro. The Steelers' offense, y'all watch the Steelers' offense. Y'all should know how bad y'all been.
Right.
They just put up points on a so good.
I'm going with Denver. I'm thinking about Denver's defense. They're gonna be better at home. We played them, but they was on the road. And then I'm thinking about how what's going on with the Raiders right now. Their defense ain't really that good either. And they just lost. They're gonna try to.
We should roll the tape back. He wasn't saying that long ago, bro. He wasn't saying that, bro. He was saying he's singing a different tune, bro.
I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna stick with Denver, though.
Y'all ain't got a running game either in the Raiders, really, honestly.
Ain't that good?
Throwing for over 350 yards a game. I wouldn't run it either. Jacob's been hurt. It doesn't matter. They're gonna win this game. The Broncos are trash.
Yeah.
Oh, did he say the Raiders are missing mad people, or was it the Broncos missing?
That was the Broncos.
Broncos were missing mad.
on.
Man, I'm mad. You know,
I'm going to the Raiders, man. I'm picking
come on.
Yo, man, yo,
that's my final pick. That's my final.
All right. Tell me we're back to the Raiders.
The Broncos better now. I mean, the Raiders better win that game, man.
You don't even know what you want to happen.
After what happened, there's no way they're not about to come out and win this game.
Yeah.
Just win, baby.
It's tough for me too. My final answer, man,
terrible.
I guess we all gonna do the Raiders. Fuck it. We're gonna roll with it. That's it.
He just don't want to lose the lead. He don't want to give up a lead. That's all. That's all he does. So he figured, hell, if I lose, he lose. Like, yo, I know him well enough, bro.
I'm really tempted to pick Denver.
He always do that. He don't care about what. Yeah, you. Like, you do that all the time. Like, all right, well, you know what? He think about it. Like, what do I got to lose? All right, if I lose it, all right, cool, I'm good.
Let him go with his gut.
He only care about the lead. He don't care about the game, man.
Bro, let him go with his gut.
I mean, we all got the Raiders, but I got the Ravens though. So I'm gonna win that one. Y'all we're gonna see it. I'm taking the lead with that. But anyway, man, it's been a good show, man. And another episode beyond episode 24. I like that we all come together. We got our groove. It's a good team, solid. I like that we all here. Next week, as I said, we're gonna have to do it beyond the trenches and find some time for a small, at least NBA preview show. Just kind of give our predictions, thoughts on the seasons, and predictions and stuff like that. But anyway, for this show. I'm Big Mike. This was the crew, and we'll see you guys next week. Oh, what's up, Jordan? Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, my fault. Power rankings 1 through 5. I missed that. Power rankings 1 through 5. I'll start. I'll start. I got
the ball. Yeah,
I got the Bucks.
The
number
Bucks?
1.
What?
Yeah, the Bucks number 1.
Crazy.
I never had the Bills, but I got the Bucks number 1. I got the Bills number 2 though. I have the Cardinals number 3. I got the Rams number 4, and I got the Ravens number 4 and the Rams number 5.
All right, I got the Cardinals number 1 because they undefeated still. I don't know how you knocked them off the top.
Okay.
Number 2, I got the Packers. Number 3, I got the Chargers. Number 4, I'll go with the Rams, and number 5, I'm going to go with the Bucks.
All right. Wow. Oh, that's total opposite. That's crazy. Toby, what you got, bro?
I got the Bills number 1, Bucks number 2, Cowboys number 3, Cardinals number 4, Chargers number 5.
They undefeated. How they not number 1?
Because I remember who they beat, Jacksonville, and they beat San Francisco by a touchdown with.
They barely beat a couple teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Jordan, what you got, bro?
I got Bills number 1, Cardinals number 2, Chargers number 3. Got the Cowboys at number 4, and I got the Rams at number 5.
Okay.
Fuck Dallas.
What about the Packers? Like, you forget they 4-1 too?
They almost lost. Bro.
Everybody almost lose one, bro. Come on.
Who have they played?
Everybody almost lose one. Damn.
Who have they played, bro?
Who? The Packers?
Yeah.
They just played. Okay, the Bengals, who you said was your sleeper team, they just played them and beat them. They play some other teams real good. Like, come on, man.
I think Jeff just like Aaron Rodgers a lot, honestly.
He do. He like
they winning? Like, they 4-1.
They're not top 5, right?
Bro, the Bengals are the best team that they played so far, and they almost lost if it wasn't for the kicker.
I don't believe you.
If they almost lost if it wasn't for the kicker. That's the best team they played so far, and if it wasn't for the kicker, it was an L. Then we would have been sitting here like, I don't know. They might not even do
what
this.
What are we asking about the Packers? What are we talking about the Packers? Like, are they top 5? Why are we talking about the Packers for?
I'm just saying, like, how they not?
How they not top 5?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not better than none of the teams we mentioned.
All right.
I gotta agree with
the
that.
Packers ain't better than the Cardinals. Like,
you just said the Cardinals. Wait.
Huh?
You just said they're undefeated.
I mean, that's why I put them number one because they 5-0. Like I can't take the number one.
So they're better than the Packers.
You don't gotta put them. They don't gotta be the best. They 5-0 because of the record. Your record don't mean shit.
And to me, that's important. Like if you ain't lost the game yet, and everybody else lost the game, you're gonna be the top rank. You're gonna have the top rankings. Like how the undefeated teams don't have the top ranking. You ain't lost the game. I don't care who in your schedule.
Bro, they think the Steelers still have a chance. They 2-3. Your record don't mean nothing.
All right, man. Well, in my rankings, the 5-0 give you top dog. Then everybody else after that.
Steelers want a shot.
If a team when the Steelers was 10-0 last year, we was like, I was still had them in my top 5. Like, and they might not been the best team. But you gotta put the team who ain't lost a game. How that's not number one.
Not number one. Nah, people wasn't putting the Steelers number one.
Who just had 10 big number one? Mike, did you just have 10 big number one?
Yeah, he did.
They lost again.
All right. I mean, that's cool. That's his top 5. We're going to let him in. His phone died.
Oh, he was on his phone?
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I go, man. I mean, can't help.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that the Packers are a top. I mean, the Packers are a top 5 team in the NFC because they're going to win the division.
Yeah.
You think they're better than the Rams? You think that they're better than Dallas?
Yeah, better than Dallas, definitely.
You think they're better than the Cardinals?
They're better than Dallas.
Yeah, I think they're better than the Cardinals too. You forget they got a top 5 position player at running back, quarterback, and wide receiver.
That don't mean shit.
Defensively, for one, they got the boy Jair Alexander, who's legitimate. Huh?
So do the Chiefs.
Yeah, I feel you.
Top 5 quarterback, they got a top 5 tight end, they got a top 5 receiver.
All right, I said in the backfield, but you know what I mean. You get my point. But either way, I mean, it's still like the Packers still legitimately good as hell. Like I don't know why we lunching on them. They was just in the NFC Championship game last year.
They're better than Tampa Bay. I mean,
they good, but
NFC are Tampa Bay, Rams, Cardinals, Dallas.
Rams ain't got no running game. They just got receivers, and they got great defense.
The Rams might be. I don't have the Rams in my top 5
because he's been on your bench the whole season.
All you do is talk about fantasy.
Who's on this bench?
Stay off my bench, bro. Like, mind your own bench.
I got him starting in another league, so I know what he's been doing.
Come on, bro.
I know what he's been doing. He's been balling.
Who?
Henderson.
Oh, I mean, look, man, that was my running back that got chosen. I was like, I had to choose him. So, I mean, I still got him. He's still rocking out.
I don't got the Rams in my top 5 because the Packers might be better than the Rams. I mean, the way I seen them get handled by the Cardinals, that was an eye opener.
I don't think the Cardinals going to do this all year, man. I think
they're not going to do it all year. But Matthew Stafford folded in that game. He might not be ready for the spotlight, to be honest.
I think that their defense is going to get better.
Who, the Rams?
Yeah, and then once they get to that point, then it's like they're unstoppable to me. And I think once they get to the playoffs, they're not going to have to rely on Matt Stafford. They're going to be able to run the ball. I mean, they can run the ball now, but they use their run to set up their passes. They'll run on first and second down and then throw play action.
My concern ain't the offense; it's the other half of the field that Jalen Ramsey not on. Cause he got his side or wherever he at on God, but them other cats be giving it up like prom night.
I mean, we'll see.
So
that D line gonna be that D line. I mean, they got Floyd. They got
Toby. You be still betting too?
I just started again with football season. Yo, one of my friends hit a $50 parlay for like $1,700.
Come up.
And it was on FanDuel. It was anytime touchdown score. Kamara. I think it was Derrick Henry Oh, let me see if I can pull it up. I was like, yo, this you got. I'm about to start doing parlays like this. It was Kamara anytime touchdown score, Green Bay money line. Green Bay almost lost.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay money line. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown score. Tampa Bay the spread was which was 9.5, and then Ezekiel Elliott anytime touchdown score 50 for 1,700.
Nice.
That's a solid jump right there. The only one that was iffy was Green Bay. They barely they went to overtime. You know how it always be that one. It always be that one on your parlay.
I'm saying Green Bay ain't. I'm not saying they're not gonna make the playoffs because they're gonna win the division.
The division sucks. I expect them to win the division without even trying.
And then y'all, we haven't even talked about my boy starting catching a dub against your squad.
Oh,
Jay Fields.
Oh,
came in there 12 for 20, touchdown, no picks.
That's why I picked the Raiders.
And they took a dub.
This week was overshadowed by the news about the email, bro.
All right.
Who does Chicago play next? Let's see if they're gonna win that game.
Hey, yo, I just read something with the ticker. It said that DeBoer Smith fears that the emails are going to show a hiring bias as well. Like, an avalanche is getting ready to fall on the NFL. Because, like, there's no...
The racist gonna come out.
Yeah, because, like, I was bro, when that shit first came out, like, when I saw that shit about Gruden, I'm like, I know that this is not the first thing. Because, like, who does that shit and put some shit to emails? That's not bro, doing that is not a regular thing. You get what I'm saying? So, like, doing that is not just a regular thing. Like, you've been doing this shit. So, like, that shit is wild, bro. And then the Avalanche is gonna fall. This was about the Washington football team. And then it got to them. So then what are they gonna find out about Washington? And then what are they gonna find out about all the other 32 teams? Because it's not just them two in the emails.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me?
I said they might have been targeting him right out the gate.
They got to. I mean, he's still a fake. I mean, people know who John. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? People, you know John. John Gruden is a name in the NFL. That's a big name in the NFL. Oh, Mike says internet went out.
I know.
I guess we just cut it short.
I guess so.
I think if we just all leave, it's gonna turn off.
All right.
All right.
Let's end it. All right.